Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's episode of Rothai Cycling. My name is Ryce and I've got something a little bit different for you tonight. I was meant to take part in the team time trial on the OTR event, but I couldn't register in time, so hence why I thought I'd bring the team time trial live to everyone to let them see and experience what it's like on the MyWhoosh platform. So we've got four of my teammates. We've got Pete the Monk, Wojtek Szebesta, we've got Harry, and we've got Oliver from Germany as well. So you can have up to a maximum of 5 people within the team time trial, but only the first 3 crossing the line count towards the final time. So I've never actually taken part in a real team time trial on MyWhoosh. I did take part in the testing with both, I think it was Pete and Oliver, a few weeks back. And to say it was difficult was an understatement. For those that have ridden on MyWhoosh, they will pretty much know how difficult it is to stay in the draft. The draft is completely different to other platforms that I've been on, for example RGT and Zwift. The drafting simulation within MyWhoosh, when we were doing it, pretty much catapulted you like what we're seeing right now. The person at the back there who's now pushed all the way to the front, Harry, obviously because he must have just increased the pace a little and it's pushed him right through. So I think from a technical point of view, the guys on MyWhoosh have got a little bit of work to do. The secret here though is to get the person who's on the front to try and stay at a predetermined wattage or output and to slowly increase that from behind, not to burst through, and hopefully that will then mean that the team will stay consistent, they'll take advantage of the draft and it'll push them through as well. Now, Team Freight Train here have a fairly good, consistent team. Everyone is fairly strong, and there is a time to beat. I think it's under 20 minutes for the 12.4 kilometre route. This 12.4 kilometre route is one that is being used many times in many of the races here on MyWhoosh, and we have been getting through and doing some practice runs on it as well. So you can see here on the left hand side, the average pace right now is 41 kilometres an hour, 40-41. It's a fairly flat course. There's some climbs, there's some increases in the inclines, but nothing too drastic. So this will favour the bigger guys like myself and Wojtek to just push the power through. And the guys who are a little bit smaller can stay on the back and maybe help on those little short punchy inclines to push the pace there as well. You'll see on the right hand side the details of everyone who's in the team and the wattage that they're pushing out, and the kilometres that have been ridden as well. Above that then we can see the zone that we're looking at. Pete. We're actually concentrating on Pete here, so you can see that his name is highlighted in blue, so that's why we're seeing his zone details of where he's at. We can click on Wojtek to see where he's going, and then that'll represent the wattage and the effort that he's putting into there as well. And similarly, we can go down and look at Harry and look at him too and see the watts that he's doing. So you're seeing on the top end of the screen there, you can see the cadence, the heart rate, the elapsed time, and also the watts that they're pushing out and the watts per kilo as well. Now, some of the cool, interesting things that I was wanting to do was to maybe switch the camera views around here and let you guys see, who have never taken part in MyWhoosh or team time trials, what that would look like, and to get a view of that. So because we're locked into Harry, it was showing us Harry's first person views, and now we've got a few other different camera angles which are pretty cool. This just gives a completely different perspective on the race. So we're 3.2 kilometres into this now. The guys are fairly trucking along. They're doing quite well. Most of them are on. Most of them are on the MyWhoosh bike. Now this is a bone of contention for me. Up until version 3.6, all of the equipment and all of the apparel and all the clothing and helmet and stuff were freely available to everyone. And since the introduction of upgrade to 3.6, you have to earn these things. So most people that you see on the platform now are typically riding the basic MyWhoosh bike, or there's a Ventum bike as well, which I think they're able to use. I'm quite surprised no one's using the time trial bike. I don't know if that was a restriction or if they've just genuinely forgotten to actually do that. I can ask them after the race of what that process looked like. I can't remember though off the top of my head if it's available straight away as part of the game without having to earn it. We can maybe look after the race and investigate that to see if I've got availability of that in my garage to actually use. So we see Harry's just dipping off the front there, and we've got Pete coming at the rear, but again saving his energy, making sure that there's no massive sudden urges. I think the plan was really to do a negative split, working up the watts all the way to the end and save it for the end as well. Ideally for these time trials and team time trials, you want to be at least zone 4, high tempo, pushing the pace. It is quite a short course, it's only 12.4 kilometres long, so I don't expect it to be a massive time. You know, you'll be looking around the 20-minute mark or less. So the guys are really pushing it on now. Keep the legs spinning, guys. So I think as we come closer to the second half of this team time trial, we'll start to see the pace come up a little bit to near the 3 watts a kilo average, which will likely increase the pace on this flat course to roughly 45 kilometres an hour. I'm just guessing that, of course. Let's have a look at Wozciak, see how he's doing. So he's there in second place. He's pushing 3.5 watts a kilo. For him, that's 240, 235. His heart rate's quite high, but I as far as I know, I think his max heart rate's in around 190 or just over 190. He's got quite a high heart rate for such a big guy. So, but you can tell that he is pushing the pace here, which is great. And of course, everyone's going to be in the same boat. I mean, if we look at Oliver, he's in zone 4. His heart rate's up at 183, which is good. I think my max heart rate's 181, so I'd be absolutely dying at this point, trying to keep up if that was my heart rate. I think my FTP currently is about 233, 235, so I would be definitely, this would be me maxing out, and as the kind of maximum that I would be able to go probably for that 20-minute effort. And for those that have been following me on my journey of my 8-week MyWhoosh structure plan, my road to 300 watts again, you'll know that there has been a significant improvement from the very start of when I did the initial ramp test and getting 210 watts to where I'm at now, roughly 233. I'm guessing 233, 235. I was going to use today or tonight as a bit of a test, a kind of halfway mark test, instead of doing a full ramp test or whatever, to kind of gauge where my fitness is at. But there's a race tomorrow with the OTR series, the Veterans Race, so I'll be taking part in that, and that should give me a good understanding of where my fitness is at based on the last 4 weeks. So I've just got a general feeling that the guys are actually starting to push it a little bit now. We're constantly above 2.5 watts. Woz is at the front there, he's pushing to over 3 watts a kilo to try and bring everyone back up. We're now dipping into the second half of this 12.4 kilometre ride, so it seems that they are going with that negative split pacing, where they're going to increase the pace through the whole course, starting off I would like to say nice and easy, but starting off with a little bit in the gas tank for the end and finishing up really strong and maximum effort. There's a good mix of abilities and nations in this team actually. You've got Poland, the UK, I think that flag's at Denmark, I'm not too sure. We've got Germany and myself and the team as well from Scotland, but again, a bit too late to join in, and I have rectified that for next week. I'm taking part in this next week, so I will be pushing this live next week as well. And there's Harry. He was in the red there for a bit, man. That means he was in zone 6. You would have seen those little arrows popping up, the little chevrons over the person's area, the name on the right hand side. That indicates that that person is really in the colour of the zone that's represented. So you can see we flipped to Ollie now. He was on that red chevron. He's in zone 6. He's really pushing it now. This is great to see, guys. Try and get another camera view of this. There we go. So we've got Ollie at the front leading the way, taking all of the wind. Everyone behind should be taking advantage of that draft. There's one thing I'd like to say, hopefully maybe the guys are listening, just try and steady it up, don't surge too much. Try and keep that pace steady, work together, pick that wattage that you want to work on, and everyone work to that wattage, whether it's 2.8, 3.2, whatever it is. Just try and stay within that number and make sure everyone can hold it. Again, it's easy to say for me sitting here watching it. That's another thing actually putting it into place, and the only way to get really good at doing these team time trials is just practice. It's like anything. The dreaded long straight. This just seems to go on forever. They're working well together now as a team. They just start to up it a little. That would work in their favour. Time wise, they're doing really good. We've got 30 minutes coming up to. Everyone's heart rate seems to be pretty good as well, so that's a good sign. It means that they've got a little bit left in the tank. Ollie's in at 153. Harry, he's at 177. Wozczek's 177, and Pete is also in the 170. So it seems that the heart rates came down a bit. They're maybe keeping a bit of gas in the tank for the last maybe 3 or 4 kilometres. Taking it steady now, not to kill each other on this middle section. I see now Wozczek's pushing it a little bit. He's pushing in zone 6. Perhaps trying to tease everyone to come up a little bit as well. We all know that Wozczek's a very strong finisher. He's got some great power numbers, upwards of 1,300 watts. He's great in the sprint. He's one of the stronger riders in the group. The poor man's never off the bike every day of the week. He's always doing something with us, indoors or outdoors. And if anyone is watching or staying tuned to this, please drop in the comments if you've done some of the team time trials on MyWhoosh. If you have, how does it compare to the other platforms? Do you think it's better, worse? Is there things that could be taken from the other platforms, like maybe IndieVelo or the old platform that's not here anymore, God rest its soul, RGT, that could be perhaps incorporated into MyWhoosh? The guys in MyWhoosh are always open to suggestions, so we pass them on. So it'll spin and push on. If they want to get under that 20-minute mark, I think they can do it. Stay tuned to see if they can do it, guys. So that's us at the 10 km mark. We need someone to take control of this now and really start to push the pace. And on cue, Wozciak takes control of this. He's pushing through, up in the watts a little. Harry's in behind him very closely. Ollie and Pete, a bit of work to do. That's them coming up now. Like I say, when you're caught in that draft and you just don't really get the draft that much and you're pushing too hard, you get catapulted through and it can knock the whole line off. The guys are doing a great job now. You can spot Pete with his jazzy blue shoes and blue socks. Now the guys are working well together now. You can just tell they're getting used to this, they're getting used to the draft. Playing a great game here. Just under 2 kilometers to go. Come on guys, you can do it. Keep pushing. Start to slowly twist the throttle now. Try and keep it above 3 watts a kilo. There you go guys, that's it. This is great work. Just 1.5 to go, we can do it. That's great work. That's it, Harry. Lead the way. You start to see the heart rate coming up now. That means the guys are working hard at this last section. There we go. You have to keep working as a team, guys, that's it. First person view of what it's like to be inside the team time trial. That's it now, come on. That's it guys, we've got the last 500 metres now, come on, push it. You got this guys, come on. Keep it in that orange, that red zone now, come on. Last 500. The first 3 past count. Let's push. You're nearly there guys, well done. You've got this. That's what I like to see, finish strong, finish strong. Keep it in the red, keep it in the red. Well done guys. Come on, you're nearly there. Nearly there. Let's do this, that's it, sprint on, keep going. Come on, somebody stick with them. Excellent. Excellent work guys. Outstanding. So we had Pete crossing the line first with Wozciak very close behind. Oliver with the same time as Wozciak, and we've got Harry bringing up the rear, very close to the mark as well. Outstanding effort guys. I wonder why oh, Harry's in the front now, right? Okay, so it's representative of who's in the okay, so well, hopefully you'll like that. It gave you a better insight into what it looks like to do a team time trial on MyWhoosh. Please, if you like the content, if you want to see more of this, like and subscribe, hit the notification icon, and it will be great to share this journey with everyone as well. As usual, any comments, put them in the comment box below, but happy to answer any questions you've got. I did promise though that what I would do is let you guys see if the team time trial bike is available from the very start. So let's have a look at that and see. Let's go into the garage. So it looks like it's not. So you have to earn that, and to earn that, ooh, 48,450 for the Colnago, and then you've got the aero bike, which is the Lightning aero bike, which is great aero, low weight, or it's bad on weight, and then you've got the bike that I've got, which is just as aero but a lot lighter too. So money well spent, I think, of them from my point of view. And I will be racing with that tomorrow night, so you'll get a better insight into what it looks and feels like the two. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Tune in again tomorrow for tomorrow night's race, and thanks for watching.